On the floor for the visiting San Antonio Spurs. At
RJ, this could be a battle won in the trenches. Each team with a formidable front court.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school. Should be a physical contest.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Wembanyama in at the center position. The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. Now Oubre, 6 to shoot. From deep, George gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And this is the way to stretch the floor. PG-13 with a good look from the corner.
And Wembanyama throws it down.
Saw the angles and led him right to the hoop with that pass.
Barnes against Oubre. Here's Grimes. Those three-pointers off the mark. So the 76ers, their last game, a loss to the Bulls. Pass to Vassell. Wembanyama, a screen on George. Vassell, left side. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Boy, Vassell has a smooth offensive game. This man just makes it look easy.
In his young career, Richard, we've seen Devin Vassell really blossom as a two-way talent.
He's a talented player, but I think there's still another level that he can reach, and he needs to continue to grow as a playmaker to get there.
Fox, no good. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. George against Fox, and it's George missing. Spurs have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Vassell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Greg, you know this. Getting that second contract is a major goal for young players in the NBA, like Devin Vassell.
And Devin did, signing a huge 5-year extension in 23. He ended up having his finest year after inking that deal. Vassell has a very bright future.
Drills the three-pointer. George has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Philadelphia.
And what a smooth three-point shot. George has worked hard to develop that stroke.
It's tipped, and it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. Well, every team goes into the draft looking for finishers like these. Here are the most efficient scorers among this year's rookie class. Victor Wembanyama is second. And, of course, Stephon Castle.
Well, I think it's safe to say these two have made the adjustment to the brand of defense being played in the NBA. Their shooting percentages are just fantastic.
Now, here's George. Following the missed shot by De'Aaron Fox. And George with this stuff.
Just devastating. George making it look easy with that move.
George has gotten 3 of his 4 shots to fall, hitting 75%. Here's Vassell from 13 feet. It goes down. Vassell's got 6 points.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
And you don't see many teams take these shots as often anymore. It's nice to see them take advantage in this area.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Spurs have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Outside, Fox. To the inside. The kick out to Barnes. Wembanyama, a screen on Oubre. Oubre pulls it in. Philadelphia has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Fires from deep. Vassell grabs the board. And San Antonio shooting it from their comfort zone so far in this one. 57% from the field. Back from outside. That one misses. 3 shots all come up empty. Maxey finds George. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there. And a moment here to check out the numbers for De'Aaron Fox. And he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And he really is the consummate playmaker, always keeping his head on a swivel, searching for the open man, completely unselfish basketball player. Here's Castle. What a tremendous game he played against Toronto. Wembanyama passes to Barnes. Back to Wembanyama. Just 4 to shoot. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Richard, last season marked the 5th consecutive year that the Spurs missed the playoffs.
And this drought came directly after their historic streak of 22 consecutive playoff appearances. But the silver lining in this stretch is that it allowed them to draft a generational talent in Wembanyama.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. De'Aaron Fox stays in attack mode. He says people don't want to guard somebody that's going to attack them on every possession. Can't get that break. Can't take any plays off. His speed, Kevin, that is a lot to deal with all game long.
A ton, David, to deal with. No question. DA, thanks.
It's the speed of De'Aaron Fox that is just so tough to match.
1:56 left in the first quarter. Maxey looking it over. Pass to George. Shoots over Vassell. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. San Antonio leading. Tries from 16. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Fox has got his second basket of the night.
The defense was so focused on keeping Fox in front of them, and that gave him enough room to sink it in from mid-range.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
There will be some letdown at some point, but these teams, they are built to score, so.
Here's Castle after the made shot from Kelly Oubre. Buries the long-range jumper. Vassell's got 9.
And this is something Vassell has really improved. Now you have to guard him closely from deep.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Now here's Butler. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. That one's in, his first shot this game.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Ball outside. A crossover. Rebound by the 76ers.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make them all.
Down low. And there's Edwards on the assist by Drummond.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Outside, Fox. Pass to Paul. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Johnson's shot is off. And so it's Drummond with it. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They trail by 1. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, we'll see how they respond after that weak performance. It should tell us a lot about their character as a team. Just enough resistance to force them as barely. That's one he'll generally make.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
Especially on the road, you want to come in aggressive. Let everyone in this arena know that you are here to play.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. De'Aaron Fox out there with Chris Paul. Then it's Jeremy Sohan. Then it's Johnson, and it's Champagnie in at the small forward. A nice shot by McCain. McCain's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the 76ers. Ball against Butler. Ball passes to Sohan. And here is Fox. Back to Sohan. And the dunk by Sohan.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Drummond passes to Yabusele. Butler from outside. Hands it from downtown. Butler's got the lead up to 2 now for the 76ers. This tug-of-war game continues.
And guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Here's Paul. Rebound by Butler. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. McCain. Pass to Yabusele. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And this really is the story of the game. They've been outstanding from beyond the arc, especially in the second quarter.
That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Chris Paul.
All too easy from the veteran Paul, sizing up the defense and pulling up with confidence.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And the 76ers with some changes. Kelly Oubre's checked in for Drummond. Paul George comes in for Edwards. And Maxey subbed in for Butler.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
So it's Philadelphia now. Keldon Johnson unable to get his last shot to go. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
When you pile up the blocks earlier in games, it really can affect the other team. They lose confidence offensively.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
Maxey, no good. Spurs trail by 7. Outside, Fox.
76ers foul. McCain.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for the Spurs.
Personal foul.
Castle comes in for Chris Paul.
Into the lineup for the Spurs. Harrison Barnes. Castle.
Johnson outside. Lets it go from deep. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Here's Maxey. He takes it in. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And it's a 9-point 76ers lead. Last game for the Spurs. They pick up the W against the Raptors.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
And on top of probably having the better talent, they never let up. Great effort, great win.
And so here is Philadelphia following the bucket by the Spurs. Now here's Fox. He has 6. Pass to Castle. Back to Fox. The rebound by Yabusele. The 76ers leading by 9. Now here's Maxey. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Castle. He's covered. By Maxey. From deep. Castle misses. Philadelphia's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. The deep 3 from George. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Good on the three-point shot. George has got the lead up to 12 now for Philadelphia. Richard, we've seen how far basketball has evolved from 10 years ago to 5 years ago to now. What is it looking like when you go ahead 5 or 10 years?
I think in 5 to 10 years, we're going to see more and more centers that are just so skilled. Taller players, more Kevin Durant's. You're going to see more Wemby's. You're going to see more Chet Holmgrens because they're not just putting the tall guy underneath the basket. They're giving him the ball and teaching him how to run pick and roll now.
And here's Oubre. Harrison Barnes getting it to go from deep. Here's McCain. And there's the call on Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid.
That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Spurs trail by 9. Paul kicks to Vassell. And Wembanyama outside. And the basket by Vassell. Vassell's got 11 points.
And they've repeatedly broke inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Spurs. From past the arc. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Outside, George. Driving inside. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
Now here's Paul. No good from 11 feet.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
Here's Paul. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Toronto.
And defensively, he's been all over the place, wreaking havoc and pouncing on a number of steals. And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
54 seconds left now here in the second. And Wembanyama outside. Maxey against Paul. Back to Wembanyama. And the rejection by Embiid.
Every year he's a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. His instincts, that's what makes Embiid outstanding. And his awareness of when to go for the block.
The 76ers have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Andre Drummond's checked in for Oubre. Edwards comes in for George. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Maxey. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Wembanyama left side. Lets it go from 14. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Barnes has got 5 points so far. Embiid, the pass to Grimes. Fires the three. Drills it from outside.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And now, all right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fans half-court shot from Cleveland. They're measuring up that shot.
Hello, everybody. We'll break down the...
Taking a look here now at the 76ers, they haven't played their best ball. It's an understatement. Looking a little lost and flustered right now. It's almost like they don't have any confidence in themselves.
Changing focus now to that first half. A brutal game so far for the San Antonio Spurs.
They're getting cooked from long distance. Defensively, they have to do a better job of closing out.
Yeah, especially these days. It's not enough to protect the paint. Got to patrol the ARC as well.
That is more than enough of a...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
If I'm his teammate, I keep feeding the hot hand, especially since he's been on fire from deep also.
They've got Paul George, Joel Embiid out there with Oubre. Then there's Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2. That's the group in the game for the 76ers.
And Maxey's shot selection is diverse. Such a confident scorer.
Up top, Vassell, defended by George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his second.
That one on Embiid.
Yeah, easy call.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Shooting for
His
San
average at the
Antonio.
line stands at about 79% right now, so solid numbers in that department.
Vassell hits them both.
Look, if there's one thing that we've learned about Vassell since he came into the league is that he is a tough competitor. He will battle each and every night.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance that saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect. Oubre, good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Fox passes to Vassell. Back to Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
Look at Fox get up. Okay, I see you flexing on him.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Richard, one thing is for sure with these Spurs, a lot of top free agents have got to be looking at them now as a destination.
It doesn't take a lot of skill to see that Wemby is a different type of player. And look, if you are a free agent, that's the player that you want to look at to say, hey, can I team up with him and go on a string of championships?
Vassell, the pass to Fox. Here's Castle. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. The 76ers leading by 13. Outside, George takes the 3. Can't fall for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
And we know George can score from all 3 levels, which is why he's capable of catching fire.
Back to Fox. And Embiid pulls it down. And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Butler, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Let's see some of the numbers here for Harrison Barnes. The 76ers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Here's Grimes. No good on the 3. Spurs trail by 16. Fox passes to Vassell. Here's Castle, defended by George.
These coaches have to be telling their team to keep feeding Vassell. Devin has been fantastic tonight.
Barnes against Oubre. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Wembanyama's got his 4th rebound in this one. Castle. And the layup's good off the glass. Castle's got his first 2 points of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Butler feeling out a bit. Grimes with the bucket. Grimes has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Wembanyama passes to Barnes. Here's Vassell. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Vassell's got 6 in the quarter.
You see the improvement in Vassell's jump shot, looking more and more confident now.
Oubre inside the 3-point line. That one misses.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Outside for Wembanyama. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Jeremy Sohan's checked in for San Antonio.
Into the lineup for the Spurs. Number 10.
Here's Castle. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. I'll tell you, Richard, you watch Jeremy Sohan, he can really do it all.
Yeah, power forward by trade, who's even played point guard at times. He's a great defender and a team player. He's the kind of guy you win with.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Oubre dishes to Embiid. Butler from outside. Rebounded by Castle. Spurs trail by 11. Richard, you talk about the fastest players in the league. De'Aaron Fox is in the running. And I say that literally.
Kevin, he is at his best when he is attacking the lane. He's a lefty that is a tremendous finisher, and his floater, arguably, might be the best in the game.
Johnson's checked in for the Spurs. GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
Size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
The Spurs making a switch here. Paul's checked in. Here's Wembanyama. He won't miss many from there. Wembanyama.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's McCain. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. And it's Paul with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Pass to Sohan. Wembanyama outside. Sohan inside. Johnson wide open. He fires. And the 3 off target.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
A nice shot by McCain.
And they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from 3-point range.
Sohan finds Paul. Wembanyama high post. He's got 12. The 76ers leading by 12. Butler passes to Edwards. And taken away by Johnson. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. The 3 ball. Wembanyama with the aggressive finish.
And we talk often about Wembanyama's insane lift. There, we see it on the offensive glass.
Here's McCain. Again, Philadelphia.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Wembanyama outside. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Wembanyama has got 6 here in this quarter. That's a 2 from Butler. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're feeling very confident. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Stay aggressive. You need about it.
It all comes down.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Spurs trail by 10. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge for an update on Tyrese Maxey. David?
Kevin caught up with the head athletic trainer for the 76ers. Oh, that is not what you want to see. It sounds like it's a serious injury. And as you can see, he's already back on the court. How about that, Kevin?
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know right how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And you never want to speculate. So it's nice for us, and especially his teammates, to get some facts.
On the court right now for the Spurs, we've got De'Aaron Fox. Melvin Johnson is out there with Jeremy Sohan. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Champagnie in at the 3. Drummond sets the screen for Maxey. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Inside. Here's Sohan. No good on the triple. The 76ers leading by 7. Here's McCain. Sinks the triple. McCain's got 10 points here in the second half.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Three-pointer, Fox. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Drummond's got his 5th rebound in this one. This one for 3. Shot by Grimes. No good.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Here's Paul. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Spurs trail by 10. Here's Fox. No good with the layup. 76ers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Pass to Embiid. Embiid absorbs the contact on the finish.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And the Spurs making a change here. Gassol's checked in. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He told them, you can do a lot of great things out there and still lose if you don't take care of the boards. I want to see more effort, gang rebounding, everyone involved. That was his only focus. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Paul against Maxey. The shot's good from Paul.
The wily vet Paul able to score down low.
The 76ers leading by 12. And George kicks to Maxey. Offline with his 3.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Fox. Oubre pulls it in. Oubre's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And here's George for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Embiid. George has got 10 points here in the second half. Spurs trail by 15. Ball outside.
Philadelphia foul.
Some changes here for the Spurs. Victor Wembanyama is checked in for Jeremy Sohan. Barnes comes in for Johnson. And it's Vassell in for Chris Paul. Here's Wembanyama. And Embiid with the block.
The timing on the rejection, Embiid's feel for when to go after blocks is ridiculous.
The shot by George, no good. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Barnes down low. Covered by Oubre. And the dunk by Barnes.
Okay, HB, I see you still pack a punch. That's an impressive finish.
Here's Grimes. There's the triple. And it's Fox with the rebound. Fox has got his 4th rebound in this one.
He hasn't had his best game, but they've gotten enough production elsewhere, so it hasn't really mattered. Maybe they've been going to him a little too much. Now, he's having a great game, but his team is losing, and that is all that matters.
Outside, Maxey. A three-pointer is right on target. And the 76ers lead by 14.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
And that's what you like to see right there. A solid move to give himself some room and take it inside.
Here's Oubre. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Crafty and cash it in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Maxey against Fox, and it's Fox with the jam.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Count that one. George has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Working hard for those 2 points. PG can score it from just about anywhere on the floor.
Here's Fox. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
And just a nice job there to shake free of the D inside and then drain the jumper.
Lets the 3 fly. And another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the 76ers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn them.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for George.
And he was getting buckets all night long, giving the defense that work.
Here's Barnes. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his 4th personal foul.
No hesitation from Barnes. Knew he was going to get the whistle, laid right through it.
He hits the 2nd from the line.
A disappointing trip to the line there. Even though it was just one miss, now is not the time to be missing those.
Maxey, no good. So it's the Spurs now. Ball outside. 16 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Had the space there, but it's offline. Here's Maxey. Good. Great game for him. Double-double now. 12 points and 10 assists. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. PG, you guys look confident out there, and especially yourself. How were you so effective offensively?
I just kept moving. You know, within our offense, you know, the key is to move. You know, my teammates do a great job of setting screens and getting me open. You know, I just got to, you know, stay within offense.
Well, it was great flow tonight, and it led to a good win, man. Congratulations. Kevin, all yours.
Much appreciated, David. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Paul George.